Hey, AP Lang, Mr. Johnson here again. So today we're going to take a look at the AP exam testing site. This is basically just a practice site that's available right now. But this is this is exactly how it's going to be laid out when you actually test on testing day. So instead of using your e-ticket number, all you're going to do is enter the word practice and then continue. Okay, so that's all you're going to do today. And right now, this is just a demo, an exam demo. So obviously, on your test, this will look a little bit different because you are only going to have one question. You're just writing one essay, and that question will have a longer time frame. You should have about 40 minutes instead of 10 right here. I think if I'm don't quote me on that. Anyway, so you're going to enter all of your information, and it does allow you to do kind of autofill kind of stuff if you want to some extent. So once you've entered all of that information, then you can agree to the terms and conditions. Don't disagree with the terms and conditions. That doesn't make any sense. And then what you're going to do is basically you're going to see this screen, and it's going to force you to wait for a little while, depending on when you're logging in. And I do recommend logging in a little early. Don't just try to get in at 1 p.m. and be like, it'll just let me right in. Try to show up to the website, log in, make sure that all your credentials work. Give it 10-15 minutes before. You don't have anything more important to do on that Wednesday, so just give it some time. Right now you can see the timer's counting down kind of artificially. It'll start at 1:17, which is the time of the day that I'm making this video, but for you, it will be starting very shortly or whatever, right? And then you'll see this timer until it starts. And during that time, you can just kind of see all of the options, those 3 options for how to submit your submissions. And you can open these up, and you can see the exact sort of file sizes that are the minimum and maximum file sizes, the document types, etc. And you can open all of these up and see all of them, and it'll give you some sort of helpful tips and tricks for how to do that. And so as I don't waste your time, I'm just going to skip ahead. Okay, so now you can see that it's allowed me to begin working, and the timer is still counting down. So the timer starts as soon as it hits 1 o'clock. You have to start testing right then. So you click continue, and then all you're going to see on this is some new instructions here. And you'll see, okay, your exam begins now. You've been given 10 minutes. That will be a different number later. To read the following question, craft a response, and submit it. After 10 minutes, you move on to question 2, and you won't be able to revisit this question. There's only going to be one question for your exam, so don't worry about that. And then you can review the submission guidelines. Don't do that, obviously. You basically, you just want to jump right into the exam question. And on exam day, you will see your question. You'll see the rhetorical analysis prompt right in this little gray box here. And your question will display here, and you'll have to kind of take a little bit to submit your kind of response. Once you have actually done that process, then you're going to be able to either attach a response or paste a response. There's only 2 buttons, right? So what that means basically is that it's looking for a file or it's looking for a text response. If you click paste response, then you're going to get one of these little buttons, and then you're going to be able to just copy and paste. And note, you can't actually type right in that little box. Okay, so don't expect that you can type within this. You better have another application open and ready to go so that you can type your response in that application and paste it into the field, which is just best practice anyway. So if you're typing this, then that's how you're going to do it. If you are either going to attach a file, attach like a Word document or a PDF or something of what you've created, then you're going to hit the attach button. That's also true for the photos button. So if you want to attach a file, you click this, and if you want to attach photos, you click this, and it gives you that information again. And then what you have to do at the bottom is simply attach a photo, and then that's going to open up your computer file system, and then you can kind of navigate to find the photos that you have saved to your device, depending on the device that you're working on. And that's basically it. Basically, you have that amount of time to attach that photo and submit it. And don't push it. Don't push it. Make sure that you submit everything that you want to submit before the timer runs out, and give yourself some extra time, just because you don't know how long it's going to take to upload on your end, and you don't know how busy that server is going to be. I'm willing to bet that they're going to try to allow for a huge volume on their end, of course, but you don't know that, and you won't necessarily get the benefit of the doubt in this situation. So, give yourself a few minutes at the end, even if you're not done with your essay. Submit whatever you have, and submit it before the timer runs out. Just a little before. You won't be able to do it right away. That's the other thing you should realize. So don't freak out if this submit button is grayed out right away. That's not a big deal. But I think it's 5 minutes before. Then you're allowed to submit, allowed to try submitting. And so I would recommend not worrying about that right away, but once that button becomes available, start thinking about finishing up your essay really quickly, throwing on one more sentence, and then getting it uploaded so that you don't run out of time. So that's everything. That is your task for today. I just want you to go in here. You don't even have to submit anything to us to tell us that you did that. We just want you to go in and explore this site, go through the same process I do. I know it's a little finicky because you have to wait for the timers to run out and stuff, but make sure that it's working on the device that you plan on testing with on exam day, and make sure that you understand the process, and that you kind of have a game plan for going into this thing. So good luck. Reach out if you have any questions.